I couldn't do it because the camera's being used by the other
Oh yeah, and
application, that's what I did. Here we are. Hello, dear spiritual audience. Welcome back to the Fun Show. My name is Paul Zachariah, your dungeon master and guide through the mythical lands of Theros. I have a player here today to my left.
Hey, my name's Jericho Dizon. I am playing Desmond D. Tigerback, your lovely Eldritch Knight fighter and purveyor of romantic novels.
And together, we would like to welcome you back to the Fun Show, where
we're making it up as we go. That's the Fun Show.
Yeah, and with that...
That was clean.
That was really clean. And, you know, I'm trying my best.
What are you...
I dropped my Yahtzee cup.
No.
I'm so sorry. Let's talk about where... Oh, right. First off, a disclaimer. Dear spirits, this program is intended for a mature audience. For all the young ghouls at home, please be advised. Let's talk about where we left off last time. Last time we left off, D was in the midst of a couple of trials as he is called home to take on the mantle that his father currently holds. And with that came just seeing the family again. Coming back into town, menaced by this mummer general, just the centerpiece of it at the moment. Bigger than just about any of the other mom and pop shops that are there. And
Corns R Us,
to the
Corn
complex.
Depot.
Yep.
Don't forget Corn
Depot.
Corn Goods.
Corn Goods.
Cinecorn.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
And you can't pass up McCormick's.
Yeah, the McCormick's, yeah.
The McCormick's.
Yeah, Corn Mix, yeah.
And you had returned to the Tigerback's base, the complex, as it were, where you saw your mother tending to the garden outside of Atlantia. Calico had met you at just outside of the Mummer General, and you come home, met all the kids, and then during dinner had been able to catch up with the aunts and the uncles, the extended family. And you had completed the first trial, a trial of trusting your instincts, and you had just finished the second trial, which what lesson may have come with that?
Oh,
I don't know.
Man.
I think it was just learning. Well, not learning. It was more of like a
physical trial.
It was a physical trial.
Yeah.
Yes, no holds barred though, and at the end it kind of switched on its head. Just learning, not learning. Nothing was learning. It's just trusting the instincts that.
Or just putting the, test the metal.
Absolutely.
Test the metal,
And you come out of this this astral space and are greeted to a scene of you and your dad like coming back to at the table, and it's popped back out of the floor. Like we said before, when you began the trials, the table had kind of shunked underneath the floor, and the aunts and uncles kind of exited with only two of the family staying behind to watch, as one of the elders of the Tigerbacks had taken the time to explain to them what was going on while you were in that space. And the day has passed, and you find yourself at the head of the table with the family all assembled again for another feast.
Big.
You see Calico is actually standing on the table, and she's taken the main turkey and brought it back to her plate. She sits back down. Yeah, that's right. You're gonna have to ask me if you want some. I'll carve it up.
I like this idea. I think I'm okay. And you has the day like passed after this test, or I just like came up from it?
You came up from it, and in being in that space, it's been a full day.
Oh, it has been a full day?
When you come out, you find that time has passed around you.
I see. Definitely, I think what is funny is, I sit there, just take a look. I guess my question is, did the kids get the bear? Did the kids get the bear? I can leave it and roll it up to chance.
I would like to let it be a chance as well. Let's say you're making.
There were at least 4 of them.
Roll a d20. If you get above a 7, they got something.
Okay. Oh wow, no, they didn't. They got the jump on. I rolled a 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you ask about the bear after coming out, and I don't know exactly how D would ask.
I don't think I would ask. It was more so I'd see their look on their faces and how they got like literally
So
kicked the shit.
I think
Like I feel like
you go to look around the table, you make eye contact with each of the kids, and each one of them just looks down and away, ashamed.
They also have a
little bit.
huge like like Buster has a huge bear claw, like just
He's
scratch.
injured
Yeah,
and he's wrapped up.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Buster is wrapped up and bandaged, and the other two brothers, frick, I should remember their names.
I feel, what's it called? Bear and Hot Rod.
Bear and Hot Rod.
Yeah. Bear and Roderick. Yep. Bear is definitely like, I told you, brother. I told you to go and suplex the motherfucker. Go and suplex the bear.
Go ahead. I think Roderick would respond by, guys, that was just so lame. Don't even talk about it, okay? Just move on. Just move on, guys. Get over it. Another one will come. We'll get there. When we get there.
I give I give a like happy thumbs up. Give it to them and just say like, hey, rule number 1: always scout out your prey before you take them on. And secondly, you guys got to work out more and eat some more as I like throw them like a piece of like chicken or something from my plate, just being like, you got like, I'd be like, Jace, when she was your age, she was suplexing bears left and right, so y'all got to get on that, and then just walk away.
I don't think because they look up to you and you were Jace's main competition, they don't think to say anything like snarky in retort. They're like, we'll do better next time, D. All in kind of a unified voice. The three brothers, Calico even, all like kind of put their fists into their hands and they give a quick bow and they go back to stuffing their faces.
Yeah.
Yep. You see your dad pull up a chair for you. He sits down. You might sit down. And everybody's just filling. There's pork, there's chicken, there's a little bit of steak, a little bit of lamb, a smorgasbord of the different produces that are very primarily raised on these Arescan plains, the perfect place for raising these kinds of livestock. I think that maybe after a couple minutes or two, everybody kind of finishes up and they're waiting for the next round of things, the dessert, right? Everybody's kind of waiting in silence. Not a whole lot of conversation is happening. They've been busy stuffing their faces. You and your dad have been as well, and your dad finally takes a napkin, wipes off his whiskers, right? And he goes to stand up and say, he actually gestures for your hand, like,
predator handshake him.
You predator handshake him.
Stand up.
You stand up and he raises your arm up with his, and he says that he has passed 2 of the 3 trials, and everybody in the family begins to clap. The kids go a little rambunctious and they get out of their seats and they're like crowding around you. Yeah, D, you did it! Oh my God, what was it like? What was it like doing drugs?
Oh man,
Something like that,
right? You know what Dad says? Dad says no, except for this one time, I guess. But I don't know. It was an experience. I was glad Dad was there. And it was cool.
Calico walks up. I'm struggling to remember the name of the other.
I have him
to watch it.
Katana, the little young one.
Katana had stayed behind to watch it, and she's kind of like outside of this crowd that's amassed around you, and she just says, "Good job, D." Gives you a thumbs up, a nod of approval, and goes back to her seat and continues with a fork and a knife, a lot more refined as stated earlier, begins to eat her chicken and pork and green beans and peas and all that good stuff for the cats, right? Dessert comes out. Everybody's talking now after they've been waiting in suspense to find out what happened. It is a dessert, I think. What would dessert be?
It's so easy. It's so easy.
Ice cream?
A giant tub. I'm talking a
giant
tub of popped corn.
Oh my God, you're right. And it's like
drizzled,
chocolate, and caramel drizzle, peppermint. Oh my God, the whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards.
Take an inspiration, my God.
I'm talking like it's so apparent. Like there's a full like tier. Like Desmond didn't cry when he saw his dead sister. He cries during this. He's like, I haven't had popcorn like this in a fat minute.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's like a multiple big bowls. Like like you can see that they like through like either magical means or just preparation, they had preparing days for this. Cause like like everyone's got like huge bowls worth.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like cause I mean, yeah.
Absolutely. You see one cart of popped corn covered in caramel strolled out by one of the like I don't want to call them necessarily servants, but that's basically what they are. They are servants, not slaves. Definitely not that. Your family is very proper to pay these people. The first servant rolls out a cart, a large, maybe 30 to 40 gallon cart of caramel popcorn.
It takes 3 people to pull the one cart.
Yeah, 3 people are on this cart. 2 people are pulling, 1 person's pushing, and by the time they get halfway into the room, the second cart comes out covered in chocolate.
You can
everybody's like taking little handfuls and bringing it out the table, and they're just like walking it around so everybody can have a chance to grab some.
Definitely Calico takes a cart, just on her own pulls it in.
Oh my gosh.
Just pulls one in on her own. You see that definitely like the brothers are like kind of like also trying to do that, but Calico was just first on the draw. So
absolutely.
But she's nice, so she shares with her. Like so basically like a cart goes to the kids alone. Like all the kids have one cart, all the elders have one cart, and then there's ours, you know. But definitely like
chocolate, peppermint, the whole 9 yards of vanilla powder kind of coating.
Oh, it's so good.
There's just one that's like specifically cinnamon, and it's like the spicy cinnamon, like big red gum kind of.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Calico takes a big fistful of that and stuffs it into her chicken that she stole off the table. And begins to go wild on it. Everybody's eating dessert. People are talking. The aunts and uncles, conspiracies are being shared between some, and others are having quaint conversations about how to deal with the kids after they go home. You know, how to put the kids down for bed and stuff, and the logistics of just coming out to visit at the Tigerback base for this ceremony. The whole the extended family is here. I think it is Balder and Hera that is it Balder and Hera? You sent me a Google Doc. That's what I should be looking at.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Tigerback family tree. Sick. There we go. Sorry, I was looking at the old Discord one. Yeah, there's Balder and Hera. Absolutely.
Absolute like crackheads. Not actually crackheads, but they're just
like examining each piece of popcorn before they pop it into their mouth. And they're like, better not be any cameras in these corns.
I'm telling you, it's all connected. First off, Murmur establishes stop. Next thing you know, all this mysterious popcorn comes in. Wow, the coincidence.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? You got to do your research. You got to do your research.
Connected.
Big Will, I swear. Balder turns back to Hera and they nod affirmingly to each other. And Big Will looks at Primrose and kind of rolls his eyes. And she's like, oh, kids will be kids, is how she responds.
Big thumbs up from Will. Just like this big thumbs up.
In a really cheesy smile.
Really cheesy smile.
Burying the teeth here. gives a thumbs up. Gamora is just casually picking up like a little handful of popcorn.
She takes
here and there.
she takes one, but definitely is on a sending spell call.
Oh
She's
yeah,
on a
yeah.
se- like she like
You see her
whatever.
concentrating with one hand
Yeah.
on the sending spell,
Yeah.
and you see her with her other hand.
No, it's not a sending spell, it's a sending stone. So like
Oh,
you can tell. So she's literally on the phone, like she's getting a lot of like vital information. And you can tell like she tries to play it down, but it's like really serious things. Like, all right, okay, so dragon setting, good, okay, Crypt in the Beholder, okay, just like
Okay.
kind of just doing that.
yeah. How soon do you need me out there? All right. I can make that happen. I can make that happen.
Yeah.
I'll give me 10 hours. Give me 10 hours. I'll be right there.
That's
she
literally
hangs up, takes a big handful of popped corn, stuffs it in her fucking pockets as full as they can, like crunch. You hear the crunching of it to fit more in there, like it's stuffed. In their
Oh
pockets.
god! This is
Gamora.
like James Bond super suave. Popcorn in the pockets.
It is the feature of the night as she stuffs her pockets and she begins to make her rounds at the table to say goodbye to everybody. Love you. So great to see you, Will, Primrose. It's been a pleasure. Like kiss on the cheek or something. And she goes to say goodbye to the next couple, Balder and Hera. And then she makes her way to Shiva, saying goodbye. I got to go take care of something. Yeah, it's really important. I have to travel a lot for work nowadays. And she continues to make her ways around until she gets to your dad and finally you.
Definitely. What's it called?
Great job.
Thanks.
I'm really sorry
Thanks,
I have
Auntie.
to cut it short here, but
it's
things
okay.
Need attention.
Works. Yeah. No. I don't know. I guess watch if you can. Acros, Battle of the Bands. Part of that. Yeah, I'm a part of that. I guess.
You already registered?
I think we're registering under. We're registering under someone important. We have a benefactor that's legit, and I'm only. I guess. Yeah, it
sounds like you need to keep things on.
Yeah,
lock
you know how it is.
It's better that way.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I will tune in. In fact, I might place a bet or two. You better win then.
There's no chances we're losing, and I like
good answer. And she goes to handshake like a bop.
Definitely. I feel like Desmond reciprocates, but then it's like kind of awkward with it, and then she kind of gives her a hug, and then just like walks away.
She reciprocates.
Yeah. She definitely reciprocates.
Hold you tight for a second, and then let's go. It's a short, but exactly what it was. You know?
She definitely. I think the way she walks out. Try not to dwell on too much, but like she just walks out, pulls out a teleportation scroll, just and just like leaves.
You hear the another pillar of fire.
Yeah.
up into the smoke of the air as she disappears into the night. For lack of better words, it's still relatively cold out. It's like what, April, Marchish kind of for our understanding. So the sun would have been down pretty soon. It's the dark pillar of fire up into smoke. She's gone. She's teleported out of here. And the rest of the family continues to eat. The popcorn dwindles hour by hour. I'm going to have you roll a d20 to see how much popcorn is left.
6.
You guys go through a lot of popcorn, but your preparations were actually really, really solid this year as well. Balder and Hera may think it's Mummer shenanigans at fault, but it's really Atlantia planning ahead. And she has done a very good job to plan ahead. And there is just plenty of extra popped corn, probably to last like at least the next week if everybody's going through it this fast.
That's definitely what's up. Yeah, but I guess just eat. And
do you perchance like have like a little bag that you put it in, kind of like the carnival popcorn bag? You don't have to.
What I do.
I know you carry it.
What I do, it's
your
super.
Rations, right?
Yeah. What I do is I'm really gross about it. I go.
No.
I open up like because we have to. There's like maybe like a bear pelt on the floor spread on the fire. I take that, put a bunch of popcorn,
Oh, no.
throw it in the bookcase. I also take the time to empty out all the gross, like fucked up books.
Oh
Yeah, I empty it all out. I'm like, it's like all grossish. Like, there's a moment where I'm like,
you actually get to go to your room. Like
man.
after the feast and stuff kind of dwindled down and the kids are falling asleep, Big Will and Primrose pick up theirs and they go ahead and put them down for bed. And same goes for Hera and Balder. And you see the grandparents just snoring in their chairs just like they do. And they're kind of wheeled out of there into the garden for a little bit.
Definitely.
Leaving the dinner table, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely the way the three brothers go to bed. Roderick stays up late and is being really edgy, just on the roof, just like thinking about
Oh my
noodling with a
gosh.
guitar, like the Great Sir guitar. But Bear is fully choking out Buster till he passes out for him to sleep, and then kind of like how Dola did it that one time where she got a rock.
Just knocked
That's the best. Go to bed. Gets on the top of the bed, slams head first onto this rock. The rock breaks, but he's out.
He's out. That's what Bear does?
That's what Bear does.
Oh my god. Roderick and Buster are wrestling like normal until they're tuckered out and also pass out.
Oh no,
yeah. Bear goes to sleep first.
Yeah. No, Roderick I think like stays up late for him, just trying to be edgy on the roof.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah. So it would be Roof.
Well, he's the one with the sword that you're pushing books on, right?
Yeah, the one about being a bard.
Okay. Yes, about being right. He's got the great sword guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, he actually goes up onto the roof of the Tigerback complex and is staring up at the stars. And you see this massive storm in the distance, or he sees it at least. This massive storm that's where he sees lightning strike down and something miraculous happens over there simultaneously to this thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
And Roderick sees this and he pulls the sword out and starts to play some like haunting licks, you know? I think that's what he does before. Who does he belong to again?
He's my brother.
Right, Tony in Atlanta. So Tony actually, I think, comes out. He's like surveying the garden under the moonlight, with the rumbling of thunder in the distance, and he hears that and turns his ear up. Says, "Don't let your mother catch you." Roderick says, "Yeah, Dad. All right."
Whatever, Dad.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you looking out for me.
I appreciate you looking out for me, Dad, but what the hell?
Yeah, whatever.
Come on, man. Just let me play my haunting melodies. Just that response, Atalantia's ears pick up and she comes outside. Roderick, go to bed now.
Fine, Mom. He also does the same thing with the rock.
He gets in there, gets the other half of the rock that's now been split and uses that one. And the boys are asleep.
Mm-hmm.
There is a quiet as you are walking through the garden back to your room or somewhere in the complex.
Definitely in the room. I think Desmond's the attic is definitely attic boy. Like,
okay,
he's got the attic to him.
Okay, because so you've got like a cool like window that gives you a really nice view of that night sky.
That's you can see his room is definitely decorated, embarrassingly so, with a bunch of like the equivalent of like Twilight posters.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
But it's the fucking it's all the like the what is it? What do we call it? Fuck. Hold up, where it's here.
We gave it a name.
Oh yes, Hearts on Fire. The Dragon's Ember of Love. Yes, definitely. There's also the posters of like
the sequel.
Yeah, the sequel, the prequel,
and then the announcement trailer for the next one.
Yep, definitely. Like they like he has the copies he takes, but then he has like crisp copies at home first. That he doesn't let anyone touch.
They're actually like in the packaging, like in a plastic sleeve, like how they keep comic books.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
No, wait, no. Actually,
No?
I would say not that, but you know how some I'll be quick about it.
Yeah.
But some some trilogies have the like the box shelf. Yeah, the box for it. Yeah, that's how he has it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but definitely has stuff Jaggeron and like tiny things like that. You can see that they're like at least like arrow holes all over the place from him practicing shooting in here. There's a target at the end, and then at the end it's just like a bed, you know.
Okay, yeah. Utilitarian, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't seem like anything's been moved. It seems like it's almost been preserved, but it's been upkept. Like there's no dust accumulated on anything when you walk in. So people have been taking care of it. People have been in your room, but they've definitely.
I first checked my book. I first checked the books. I'm like, I go like this. Check if anything.
You flip through the pages to what are you necessarily checking for?
I'm just seeing if anyone like touched these books.
It's evident that I don't think anybody's actually touched those.
Okay, good.
I don't think anybody's touched those. I think the most kind of touching it would have been is like a feather dusting, lift it up, put it back down.
Yeah.
Okay, you see like a fingerprint from lifting it and putting it back down.
Yeah, sweet.
That's what
goes, closes.
And that's on the box, not even the books.
Yeah.
So your book's safe.
There's a strong sigh of relief.
As D goes to sleep and the night passes, and you awake to the scene of your dad. Actually, it becomes like you're asleep and it becomes very hard to breathe, and that's kind of what wakes you up. And it's because your dad is actually sitting on your chest in the middle of the night. Bright and early, son. Ready for the final trial? You get some rest? All right, I'll get off your chest now. And he stands on the floor. He's got his hands on his hips. The real Tony the Tiger.
Yep.
Hey, son, it's time to go after it.
Yep. Big thumbs up.
And he presses a button like a switch in your room, like right next to the lights kind of deal. And like basically like a little fireman's tube is manifested in the floor of the room. You've taken this a couple of times to the complex, the underground chamber in which combat training happens. So you just you've go straight through the first floor where the dinner hall was and straight into the combat simulation room. You and your dad hop down, and when he does like the clap on, clap off, the room comes to life, and you see this sprawling jungle come out before you as these walls of vines and trees and very thick bushes manifest in different ways. But it seems almost like it's got some sort of design as it manifests in front of you, and there's like one entrance there. The rest of the landscape seems very, very flat and barren until you get to like what is the horizon, which is just another backdrop of trees, and you hear like the sound of like maybe an owl up above just soaring around. And your dad comes to the little entrance at the front of this thing. It seems like it's really rounded off at the corners, like these corners are really sharp, and you get the sense that this is some sort of maze. And your dad begins to stretch out his legs and begins to cross his shoulders.
Okay.
And
I know what's going on.
A couple like jumping jacks to get in the mood.
Actively get mage armor on. You see like lightning crackles.
Oh my god. And I think this is your dad kind of goes to explain it briefly. You survey the maze ahead of you to a degree, and you see rising above all of that is a large tree with a similar bell on it, only this time, instead of in the astral realm, this dead and barren tree, in this combat simulation, the goalpost is this tree with a bell on it. It's got a lot of leaves on it, and it's at the very end of this labyrinth, of this maze. Your dad says, "Son, you see that bell over there? Just like last time, you got to ring it before I do."
Okay.
Now, in order to make this fair, I'll give you a head start. You've got 60 seconds to get as far ahead of me as you can. What are you waiting for? What do you do?
I go on the ground and essentially what I do is I think I'm gonna try my best to just honestly like dash. Like I don't have anything that would like quote unquote make me faster, make me slower or anything
Okay.
like that. Just like haul booty cheeks.
So what I'm going to ask you for, you're navigating this maze and labyrinth as fast as you can. So you can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Sorry, I had to do that. It's just impulsive. You're beginning to dash. You use your movement, you use your action to dash. I would ask you to make like a survival check to intuit where are you going in this maze.
Survival sweet.
Yep.
All right. Rollsies. Okay. I got a 10. Flat 10.
Flat 10.
Mhm.
You take a right. You jump into the maze and you go to the right.
Just like Dad said. Always.
And then you remember what Dola says, and she just says to the left. And who knows? Who knows? So that is the first round. That is 6 seconds. You have 10 more of these. He's going to give you a minute. You use it. So you get 60 feet into the maze. Or what is your movement?
35. I get 70.
35. So you're 70 feet into this maze. And you've gone to the right. You head down a corridor and you see it either going straight or to the left. Make a survival check.
Natural 20.
Oh my God. You go straight ahead. You pass up this other obstacle, and as you round out the final angles of it, you see that it was a dead end. And so you're thankful to have not wasted any time there. And the next couple, you do the exact same thing. You're scanning the corner as you're running by to see if it leads anywhere. Otherwise, it ends in a dead end. You do this about 3 to 4 times. I'm going to say that you successfully do your wisdom check 3 more times due to that natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 1, that was 2. That brings us to 5 total. 5 times 70.
That is 350.
350. You're 350 feet into this maze, having successfully navigated. You have 5 more rounds with which to get ahead. Your dad is still stretching at the entrance.
I think honestly, just
Continue.
Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Absolutely. And this time, you begin to see that the maze has turned you around a slight amount. The direction you're heading in, though you are confident is the correct one, is having you face away from the bell at this moment in time. And so I'm going to ask you for another survival check as you're using another full movement and dash.
15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
You successfully navigate another corner. You look ahead and you stop for a second. You think, and you've got this option to the right, another option to the left, and you go left. You run another 70 feet, so we're at a grand total of 420. Ha ha ha! Classic comedy.
Yo.
You have 4 rounds left to get ahead. Same deal. Use another 70. We're at 490. Make another survival check.
Okay, give me a second. All right, another survival check. Here we go.
Another survival check.
Ooh, that's good. 19.
19. Very nice. You assess these 2 options. You're continuing down the corridor, and you're successfully scanning these as you're going by. You get to a point where you see that it actually continues. So you make a quick double back, and you head down the other path, successfully navigating yet again, and you're back on this track towards the bell. And you started out on the left side, you went right at first, you've come down a little bit, you've taken a left and come back down and around. Make another survival check.
Here we go.
And as you're doing that, you're running.
Natural 20 again.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, you
Here.
successfully navigate yet again. And as you run past the next couple of corridors, making the last moment decisions as you're scanning each spot, what is happening, exactly that. So 70 times 10, 700. You've moved 700 feet, at which point it has been a minute and your dad is going to begin. Just the stuff happening around you, though, the environment. You hear the rustle of like wind in your hair as it passes through the thickets and trees that make up the walls of this labyrinth. And you hear every so often when you make a turn, whoo, whoo, as this thing's just circling above. Your dad begins. I'm going to make an athletics check at advantage to see how far he gets in. If what am I setting the DC at here? I'd say
I did get two
anything
nat
above a
20.
10 gets him a dash action, right? Like a full movement plus a little more if he gets above a 10. This is just in athletics. He's got a +4 to this.
Really?
It could be a +5. I didn't want to press it too hard here. Yeah.
Okay.
+5. We'll go with that. I don't know why I had 3 die in there. I don't know how.
That's two natties,
two
one.
natural ones. I'm not even going to try to pretend it's anything else. So your dad just takes a light jog. He's actually walking. He starts walking in the maze. He moves maybe 30 feet, which is his like normal movement. And he looks down the way that you ran, and he looks over to the left and sees the other spot. And you don't see it. You don't see what he does. He moves 30 feet, and that's what he does at this moment in time. It's your turn again.
Dude.
We're back in the labyrinth. You're just making a turn back around. You are maybe about halfway.
I ask.
You can do an insight check to see how far you are if you want, but I'd say it's about halfway. No check.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say for my free action, Ajax, come. So Ajax swoops in.
You see, whoo, and he spirals down into the labyrinth. Ajax has entered the mix. What are you doing?
Ajax,
what's up?
I'm gonna make my way, but
Downtown?
no. Tell me if I need to go left or right or where I need to go.
D, why not go over? Grab on.
I grab basically
like his talons kind of deal.
Yeah, just like in my hands. I'm like, all right, you know what?
Make a strength check with advantage.
Honestly, that tracks. That tracks so hard.
For your bird?
Yeah, of course. Okay. First time, I think I have advantage. All right. Maybe I'm a little bit heavier than last time because I got a 2 and a 6.
A 2 and a 6?
So with his he's like got a 9.
I'd say because it's above 5, hovering is working right now. So you climb to the top of one of these thicket walls and you grab onto Ajax's talons. And when you get just over the wall, it doesn't necessarily go up any, but definitely hovering like 30 feet horizontal. Because he's struggling to keep you up. His movement is halved at the moment. We'll have another strength check for that in a couple moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad, I'm gonna make another strength check, an athletics check, which he is proficient in. I think. So that's 5 plus 5.
10.
10. That is 2 16s.
26.
A 26 with his athletics, and I would say you hear it. You hear the crunching of twigs. You hear the breaking of tree trunks. He hasn't gone anywhere but through.
That's what I thought.
And you hear like one of the walls of the labyrinth kind of collapse, and the dust kind of plumes up. You like turn around to see behind you, like just a domino effect of running through 1, through 2, through 3, and you're crossing one right now. Make another strength check with advantage for Ajax.
Okay, Ajax. All right. First roll is not bad. I'm going to go with the 15.
15. That is definitely enough to use full movement. You pass over 3 more of these. You are what I would say is 7/10, 8/10 of the way here. The bell is maybe, let's put a number on it now, 300 feet away.
I'll expend my roll cool token here then.
Okay. You're cashing it in?
This is a labyrinth wall. He goes over. I'm like kind of helping as I'm climbing, basically vaulting over these things.
Yeah.
I
It's
jump
like
up.
a glider.
Yeah, I jump up in the air.
Mhm.
Pull out the snapshot.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna shoot Ajax at the. I'm basically fastball specialing Ajax to grab the bell and then bring it back to me. Can I do that?
The bell is really big.
Oh, the bell.
It's a really big bell.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, how big?
It's like maybe 10 to 15 times your size.
Okay, never mind then.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I thought it was. In my head, I was thinking of the Jonin exams. That little bell. That
dude.
That like that.
That's cool.
That's
though.
what I was saying.
That's cool.
In my head,
well,
that's
it's
what
your
I thought.
rule of cool token. If you pass, what happens?
If I pass.
If you pass this rule of cool, what happens?
Oh man.
I may actually cash in my rule of cool token right after.
I think it'd be really funny. I think it'd be really cool if I don't think he's ever tried this before, but essentially using the momentum of like lightning, what he wants to do is basically like almost akin. Desmond wants to slingshot himself. Have Ajax basically be a conduit. And ideally, what I was saying before about slingshotting Ajax there, but I'll slingshot myself.
You're slingshotting yourself to the bell.
Yes.
With the arrow, the bow,
with the Sword of Omens, I'm going to use the chain. I'm going to expunge the chain lightning.
Okay.
So you know how lightning bounces off?
Yeah. So you like press. Okay. So here's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it like it becomes borderline skateboard territory where you take it out, you lengthen it a little bit and set it underneath your feet as you are about to vault this next one.
Yeah.
Holding on to Ajax, he folds his wings in, and you go to cast this chain lightning, right? And after casting it, it catapults you. That slingshot.
Yeah, the slingshot, because what it is,
the bell.
What it is when lightning travels, it goes from the ground up, and we're in a giant forest. So the way it is, instead of like fully like skateboard slingshotting, but it's almost like I get sucked in because I'm traveling underground because the lightning will shoot out from the dead tree. Basically the same thing, but just.
So you're going underground?
I guess more so just getting flung. I mean, whatever way like constitutes in your mind.
I'm just trying to repeat it back in my own words to see if I understand it.
Yeah, it's essentially like I'm traveling with the way how lightning travels.
So you're trying to like.
Because you
follow the lightning bolt that you're casting, and it's like it's pulling you.
Yes. So in the same way how I like Hammer of Thor, my sword sometimes, combining that with the chain lightning effect, just using all that magical energy and just slingshotting myself.
So you're like casting this lightning bolt under the ground, and out and around, and the sword begins to trace that line.
Mm-hmm.
And you're holding on to it.
Yes.
You got Ajax with you, and you're following that
Yes.
line of the lightning.
Oh,
of the
absolutely.
sword.
It's
I
more
think
like
I think that's. Let me look at my meter here.
like in my head, that's what I think.
I would tell you that's actually mathematical. You've got to beat 8.
Let it be so. Nope. I got a 4. I go and I fry myself.
You go to cast Chain Lightning, and it burns up all these plants that you were currently standing on. They're just fried instantly into flames, and you're flung across maybe one off to another top portion of the labyrinth, like this top section that you climbed up onto. You're onto the next one, but no further than that.
That's fine. I literally am just like,
I think it would be so cool that Tony El Tigre Tigerback, just like the Juggernaut, plows through these things to chase you the rest of the way. I would say that he ends up maybe 100 feet behind you in this fashion, as he, I think he pulls out from his pocket not only some popped corn, but it's like covering like a little chicken drumstick, and he takes a bite, and he plows through one, and it, meat, and he's like plowing through each of these in like this meat rage. He's got a drumstick in his hand and all this protein energy and nowhere to put it, you know?
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
been feasting. He rested just as much. I would ask you for a cool rating.
I would say, bro, like, it's my dad. You got to be a 6. Because there's no, because.
So that's mathematical.
Huge. Yeah, he's huge.
Okay.
There's no, like, the whole thing is like, of course he's going to run through this, right? I may have ran 700 feet, but that's 700 feet in a bunch of different directions. True. So it tracks that he'd be, like, 100 feet behind is, like, more than generous. Yeah. So, like,
absolutely. 8.
Barely.
Just barely. And so you see more of the walls of the labyrinth collapse underneath the pressure, the meat rage of your dad, as he ends up seeing you from 100 feet back, and he calls up over to the wall. Now, son, don't touch it. Now, son, don't make this too easy for me.
Wasn't planning on it. I go
what
and
do you do?
I'm going to, honestly, like, just at this rate, using Ajax's help, jumping over the walls.
Okay.
Because if I'm 9/10 of the way there,
I would have you make an acrobatics check with advantage.
If I'm like 9/10 of the way there,
I'm like, you're getting pretty close.
So it's got to be within eyesight.
It is. We established that it was 300 feet, and after jumping across that next area, let's say that was cut to 250.
Yeah.
How does like each jump is like about 50 feet of a jump?
24.
24. Yeah, dude. You run across and you give yourself like a springboard handstand, some sort of acrobatic stuff to get yourself across. You land. You like kind of like perfectly land, and then you break into another one. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think your dad's going to make an athletics check with advantage because he's raging to plow through more of these walls. That is a 17 plus 10, 27. He plows through 2 more of these things. You are 50 feet ahead, and he is 50 feet behind you. And there is, after that one, 200 feet of distance to the bell. The tree with the bell. What do you do?
Just going to keep dashing.
Keep dashing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you go to cross another one. Give me another acrobatics as you're leaping over at advantage because Ajax is helping you.
Yeah. 25.
25.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You cross over another 100 feet. You leap across 1, cross 2, and your dad's going to try to do the same here as he goes to plow through. Meat! Nom, 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 crunch. You know, that's a natural 20. he ends up crashing through 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys are even. 100 feet left to go. You're at the top of this wall, and he is just now busting through the bottom of this wall. As it begins to go creak and it is like about to fall over, what are you doing?
Let's do this. Crack my neck. Oh, I didn't want to.
It begins to move a little bit faster. Are you doing another acrobatics?
I didn't want to do something. I cast Compel Duel on my dad.
What? What?
I have it.
Okay,
From
so
Erois.
can you read that to me?
So this is Erois, the god of victory, and he lets me.
Well, what is Compel Duel?
Oh, Compel Duel.
Yes.
Let's see. Hopefully it works. You attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature that you can see within range, which I definitely can, makes a whiz save. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. For the duration, it has disadvantage. Oh,
I have a question.
wait.
Does rage give him advantage on that?
No, wait, hold up.
Got a wisdom save?
Oh, yeah. What's it called? Not rage. Rage helps against strength. Not
okay.
whiz. So, it is divine. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away. So, if he tries to. If he succeeds, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement. If I cast, basically, I'm like not letting him go.
Okay. So,
and that's a bonus action. I get to freaking.
So if that's what you do, he's compelled to like fight you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's compelled to like he would. He's drawn to me.
So here's what I think he would do. His rage kind of overflows. He finishes off the drumstick, and he takes his claws and buries them into the ground around him, lifting up these chunks and pulling another thing from Elden Ring here. He goes to throw these literal boulders at you as he goes to first make an attack on Ajax with the boulder. He's going to roll to attack with a ranged improvised weapon.
Yeah, but barbarians are pretty much like strength, but I'm pretty sure they're proficient. I don't know.
I think it takes strength to do this throw.
Oh yeah,
like that is the skill being used here. That is an 8 or a 3. 8 plus 10 would be 18. Does that hit?
What's it called? Does he have advantage on hitting Ajax?
He's still raging,
but that doesn't give advantage on attacks.
I will take the left here.
Still 18, right?
Yes, that would still.
That does. That's still
okay.
Smacks Ajax in the face.
Because it's a boulder, I'm just gonna do 3d8.
Mm-hmm.
That is 11 damage.
He eats it. He's okay though.
He eats it, and the second boulder comes in for an attack. That is a 10 plus 10. That is a synthetic 20. So back to these. And then Ajax takes 14 plus 2. That is 16 more damage.
I'm going to use my reaction to grant resistance against the damage. That is from the
pack to have to 8.
He's still good.
For realsies?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I think what he does after that, he uses his movement to climb up the wall towards you. What are you about to do?
Pretty simple. What I'm going to do is, while he's focused on me, I'm going to use Ajax to what's it called? Because he's climbing up, right?
Yes.
I'm going to use it to keep moving.
Yep. Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Yep.
The whole thing is like,
if you get above 20, I would say you make the final distance.
I make it. First roll was a 17 plus 8, 25.
Oh my god. Okay, so you jump over and you're gliding with Ajax out onto the tree, and you are maybe 50 feet under it at this moment in time. That's what you do. I think your dad is going to make a strength check, an athletics check, to jump off the wall onto the other one, climb up it, and leap towards you.
Mhm.
That is a 17 or a 16.
Rolls
so
are
27.
nasty.
Barbarians get that advantage, and goddamn. So at 27, he jumps across and comes to the top of this next wall and leaps after you, soaring through the air. He ends up on the tree, 25 feet behind you. And so you've got this 50 feet. Did I say 50 feet? I think I said 50 feet of distance that you have between it. He is 75 feet.
I can make it with my dash. Yeah, I make it. I have
run.
Yeah, I literally have 35 feet of movement dash. That's 70.
Can I ask you for an acrobatics check, just because this is climbing the tree?
Yeah, sure. Have I had Ajax helping me?
Yes, you have Ajax helping me. He's not passed out yet.
Oh, sweet. Synthetic 20.
Synthetic 20, easy. You get to the top of the tree. Just as you go to knock it, your dad leaps up and rattles around inside of the bell as you're ringing it, and he kind of like, almost like a reverse slide where you're in that whirlpool. He jumps up so hard upwards into the bell that he's like spinning around the sides of it, and as it's ringing, he kind of plops down.
So wait, I got there first though, right?
Yes. You
I
undoubtedly succeeded.
I dismissed the compelled duel. I'm like, yeah.
That was some fine work, son.
Thanks.
You did great.
I gave my dad a hug, and I'm like, sorry about the spell thing. Just trying to be clever. Trying to be clever.
Hey, I made it very clear. There weren't a whole lot of rules for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Great job. And he claps off, and the simulation begins to dissipate, and the room returns to this like sterile lighting as you're just in this like empty room. The ladder shunts down, and you climb up after your dad into the main hall of the Tigerback complex. Atalantia is there. Your brothers and sisters are there. Big Will, Primrose, Balder, Hera, not currently present. And your dad, I don't know how Dee would feel about it, but he like picks you up, throws you on his shoulder.
No problems. Fully used to it.
He picks you up, throws you on his shoulder, and he parades you around for all of your siblings to cheer, and your mother's clapping, and you hear a sending stone ring, and Atlantia goes to pick it up. Oh, Gamora, great. It's for you.
Gohan. Hey.
Congratulations. First and foremost, great job. Glad to hear it. The storm hasn't stopped. I got a call about a storm that started over in Akros, and it's been like 2 days. It still hasn't let up. It's been terrible. Some of the streets have become flooded. Some of the businesses are struggling to keep the water out of their homes.
It's the first storm, isn't it?
Right. It's very severe. There's lightning everywhere. I'm checking it out right now. Nothing seems too off kilter, but this is weird. Something's wrong. My whiskers are on. I can feel it in my whiskers, is what she says. Don't worry about it for too long. Finish up at home. But I think if you need help, I'll meet up with you, and we'll go back to Akros and investigate this.
Absolutely. I have no problems with that.
And you come out into the garden to kind of unwind, I guess. Some of the servants begin to pick some of the produce in the garden to assemble for a final feast for tonight. And you have maybe six-ish hours of what I would describe as downtime to explore the town and do a couple other things before you get caught up in the waves, so to speak.
Reality, honestly. All right, kids. Jace did this with me. I have to do it with
You
y'all.
teach all of them the handshake.
I'm doing the handshake, but also running them through what they call Jace's gauntlet.
Mhm.
When she trained with my dad, it was pretty good, but she developed her own training regimen that is like basically Saitama level of insane, like Saitama level of insanity, or more so. I would say think of it as the
I think
in Dragon Ball Z,
Mhm.
it's the time capsule training
Oh,
where they just
okay.
it's for 6 hours.
Absolutely.
But like for like 6 hours, like I run them through the gauntlet.
I'm going to do a constitution check for the kids
Oh
to
yeah.
see how well they keep up.
Oh yeah.
Because with a natural 4, I think it's not like maybe an hour into it, the kids are tuckered out. And by the end of that, I think I don't know. I think Calico is the only one left, right? And she says, I really want to give it to that bear. I know I didn't complete this, but I'll train harder, D. I'm going to kill that bear.
You want to go now?
Her eyes light up. Can we?
You got energy left in the tank?
Hey, Roderick, get up. We'll go kill a bear. Come on. And the three of you go off with the final couple of hours.
Yeah,
and hunt down a splendid trophy. Absolutely.
Definitely. I don't do anything. I just do all the scout work. All right. He's like, you see, he's there.
Steady.
Yeah, steady. I'll give the warning shot, but then I let them do all the work.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm not trying to,
You're giving them an experience. You're teaching them right now, They have to practice it at one point or another. You can't just do it for them.
During this like 6 hour, just explaining explaining who Fratone is to Roderick in attempts to persuade him that being a bard is actually not that terrible.
Absolutely. And I think Roderick's convinced, and he says, "Yeah,
College of Swords.
I'll read one of those books.
College of Swords.
I do like swords.
I know.
You're right. I'm not going to have you roll a persuasion check.
No.
He is persuaded.
I just like, yeah.
You push another book on.
Push another book. Sword dancing at its finest. And it's just like, or something like that.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Sword dancing for beginners or something like that. Yeah. Absolutely. As you've said your final goodbyes, Ajax has rested up. He's back to full HP during that time, and you're getting ready to like pack it up. And your dad, before you leave, meets you at the door. He's been kind of waiting there for you as you have collected your things and checked on your books, and just got to say goodbye to everybody, right? I think that there is what is a key like article that Tony might be wearing? Article of like accessory.
Oh, his belt, easily
done.
Like his belt, like everyone in the family has the tigerback crest on it, where it's basically a tiger roar, but that derives from its most prized possession. It's a belt, and that's that belt is like at least like the buckle, or at least in some way, shape, or form. Like each one is different. So like Atalanta's like it has the same icon, but like different colors or different slight variations.
And he may or may not have an extra one in his hands. And when I say an extra one, I mean a custom one that is suited to the colors of lightning and the colors of the Warstone, the colors of D, as he has this belt prepared for you. You walk out to the front door, and he's there waiting, and he goes, "Son, I'm glad you came home." And he puts out the belt in one hand, and pats you on the shoulder with the other briefly, and you gain the mantle.
Oh man, it's a big.
There's like a little like a part of the belt that just says LT Gray on it. You know.
There's a moment where like, oh shit, Desmond is like kind of trembling and quaking. When it came to challenges, he was never really. I mean, obviously the second challenge threw him off a lot, but he knew that it was gonna be like kind of nuts.
Sorry.
Then you're good. But I think in this moment there's almost like a melancholy because it's very vivid in his mind about like Jace's ceremony. Same, like hers was like silver and white, and like his is now like a blue. It's like this blue and red kind of feel, and it's just like there's almost like this whole moment of
I think
melancholy. Like
thinking about that, you actually gain, let's say, 5 to 7 piety with Athreos.
That makes me have 15.
I'm gonna check it right now. Athreos. So 15.
Mm-hmm.
So you gain the secondary. You were at 10.
Yeah, I was at 10.
Okay, so I would actually tell you that this increases by 15 then.
So I'm at 30.
So whatever gets you to 25.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
You can cast False Life with this trait, requiring no material components. And when you do so, you gain an additional 25 temporary hit points. Once you cast the spell in this way, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest.
False Life, and then 25 extra HP?
Yep. Your spellcasting ability is Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel in your mind when you think of Jace, just this warm, I hesitate to say warm, it's like a pleasantly cool mint green background that you have in your mind.
There's no, definitely there's
like a silver. Sorry.
No, the feeling isn't like a breeze or anything. It's actually a pain in his left shoulder
where the punch
lands all the time. There's a pain, and then like there's
like kind of biting cold, like a mint.
It's like a biting. It's like definitely a biting cold, but it's definitely like a like it's like a bruise pain. Like
Absolutely.
But definitely that's the feeling. Desmond having completed this, just like is it honestly like,
well, son, what are you waiting for? Put it on.
I go and I just like I put it on, like I take off the belt that I had, my pants fall down. No, I'm kidding. But I go and I put the new one in, and it like clicks with like a satisfying.
Fuck yeah! And when that click happens, this won't consume an attunement slot, but for the purpose of this, you are attuned to it. This is a belt of very special abilities. I would ask you to roll a d6 and call evens or odds.
Oh, God. I feel so stressed out. Give me a second. All right, evens or odds. Oh God. Oh God. All right. Evens, please. Evens.
You're calling evens.
I'm calling evens.
Okay.
Nope.
It was incorrect. Cool. So this belt is the embodiment of the mantle. It has passed from your father. Granted, everyone has belts, but the mantle itself, nobody else has LT Great in their belt. And so it passes from him to you, and you gain 2 boons. The boon of combat prowess and the boon of quick casting are tied to this belt. Should the belt ever come unclicked, so to speak, like you're unequipping it, you miss out on these benefits. If you take it off. That's really about it.
What do the combat prowess?
So combat prowess. When you miss with a melee weapon attack, you can choose to hit instead. Once you use this boon, you can't use it until you finish a short rest.
Mhm.
The boon of quick casting. Choose one of your spells of 1st through 3rd level that has a casting time of 1 action, and that spell's casting time is now 1 bonus action for you.
Choose one. And refreshes on the shorty as well.
No, it just says that spell's casting time is now 1 bonus action for you, not a recharge. You choose one spell between your 1st through 3rd level that has a casting time of 1 action, and that spell's casting time for you is now 1 bonus action, as long as you have that belt equipped.
Oh, do I get to shuffle them out, or is it just like one and done?
It just says choose one of your spells.
I'm pretty sure
1st to 3rd, so I think it's just 1 spell.
Yeah, one and done. Okay, definitely. I'm not gonna. Oh, shucks.
And I think that excludes cantrips.
I know.
Because it's 1st through 3rd.
1st through 3rd. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. It's actually I'll hold on it.
Make a perception check. As you are equipping this belt and you're looking around, you're just outside the entrance of the complex.
Tears in my eyes. I roll only a 9.
What you're focused on is just like you step out a couple more feet into the garden area in the front, and you see everybody just outside of line of sight initially from the entrance. You now come into seeing that everyone is here in the garden watching this happen, just outside of view for you initially. And you walk out in the garden, you notice that, and you're crying as you don't even realize that the storm has spread, and it's begun to rain here in Cornmos, and you hear the crackle of lightning. It strikes, and it strikes just above the Mummer General, strikes just above the Tigerback base, strikes just above Corn Depot, strikes just above
Corn Goods.
How
could we forget? Corn Mart.
Cornianos.
Yeah.
All the whole 9 yards. Lightning begins to crack.
And then of course Target. No kidding.
Of course.
How could we forget?
And I'm just curious here, where are we on our space for this thing as far as time goes?
We still have half an hour.
Okay, sick. You see who is to be your competition appear after lightning strikes above the Mummer General. You see someone dressed in the regalia that would befit the leader of the Warrior Lion House. And you see after that, lightning strikes a couple other times, right? And you see on the different buildings that exist in Cornmos, large. Let me double check the size of this thing. It is a large, evil looking thing that after lightning cracks above Corn Depot, Cornianos, Corn Mart, these large evil looking things appear, and there is maybe 9 of these things. And player to DM, I'm telling you that these are cadaver collectors. You're able to put it together. Someone in the regalia that befits the Warrior Lion House.
Yeah, it's Stamatitis.
Who else but Stamatitis? And you see that rain begins to pour and cover your eyes. I don't think you necessarily notice anything but Stamatitis, and then slowly these other ones, and you hear the scraping of metal and the groaning as each of them use their bonus action at this moment in time to summon specters. And you end up finding that there's roughly 25 specters that have summoned around each of these cadaver collectors, and they jump down and begin to terrorize the city. And the family, all together, Avengers style, decides to go all out.
Do I get to say it? Do I get to say it? Do I get to
You're
say
damn
it?
right, son.
Fried chicken! Everyone pulls out these swords.
Everyone pulls out their swords and goes to defend the town.
Definitely, like, oh man. Yeah,
I'm
but
going to ask
absolutely.
you to roll an initiative, and I would say that your family is going on your turn. They're
Okay.
following your lead.
All right. That's sick. 15.
15.
Mhm.
15. You see that. Yeah, that's your initiative. Let me put that in here. All right, and so you go to move to defend the town. Stamatitis stands, watch lightning crackle as some of the citizens begin to fall victim. The corpse collectors have jumped down off the buildings into the streets. Some others have crashed into their respective buildings and begin to terrorize within. And your family comes across the first one, surrounded by 5 different specters. I would say with a 15 that you're going after some, you're going before others. The specters actually would move first here with a 21. The specter.
Shoosh, dude.
The specter is going to make an attack, just a life drain attack. These 5 specters run up to you. You're the first one in the group, right? So all 5 of them are going to attack you. 9, 14, 16, 10, and a 20. Not a natural 20. It's a synthetic.
Synthetic.
I don't know where your AC is at.
With my reaction, like, you see that basically, I like this idea that it's my family that's like defending me. Like, so they're jumping for me first, but you can see like everyone joining action, and one that gets to get through, just like I cast shield, just like he goes, jumps at me, just like.
So I think like Hera and Balder step in, Calico catches one, and so does Katana.
Jason is throwing bombs.
Roderick pulls out his great sword guitar.
Oh yeah.
And that's the first thing that happens. The next to go with a 19 would be the cadaver collectors. As this first one comes up, approaching, and is going to slam down on you, and whoever else is right next to you. But first, it raises up its arms, and then a cavity opens up in its chest as it begins to release this paralyzing breath. And everyone in a 30-foot cone, a creature in that area, needs to make a successful DC 18 Constitution saving throw or be paralyzed for 1 minute.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you do a Constitution check for yourself. We're going to do one for your dad, and then just one for the general family.
I'm going to say I use my wait, I know I have something that helps me with saving throws. I'm going to use my DM inspiration for that one.
Okay. Your dad passes with a 19.
Oh my god. No dice. I got 3 and a 4.
So you become paralyzed for 1 minute. A paralyzed creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself with a success. Let that be said here as well. And then it goes to slam down on you. Everyone in the area, that would be a synthetic 20. I don't think that hits your dad, and you just use your reaction to.
My shield have 23.
So you have 23. So it bounces off of you and your dad, but the kids are pushed out to the side as they're going to take some damage. Right, 1 Constitution check for the family itself. There's 1 for you, 1 for your dad, and then the rest. That is a natural 5. So I'm going to say 3 people in the family, 3 of the kids become paralyzed by this breath, and they're in the back of the pack here. And I think that would be Bear and
Buster.
Bear, Buster, and I got to go back to the sheet here. Sorry. No, wrong Chrome page. There we go. So Bear, Buster, and I think Athena would have been stunned in the back. The rest of the family taking damage here from the slam. That is 17 damage. I'm going to roll a 2d100s to see how much collective HP this family has. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry. Whoa. Where's all my d100s, bro?
You need some?
I'm just bad at finding them. Okay, do 2 d100s. Here we go. So that's 23 on one dice.
Oh man.
24 on the other.
Jeez.
So there is a collective of 47 HP for the family here.
Oh my god, I have more health than all of them.
There is, well, it's kids, elderly, aunts,
That's
uncles. Everybody is a warrior, just not to the degree that you and your dad's direct line are.
That's actually very true.
And so that was 17 damage minus 47. So there's 30 HP left. And so that is this one corpse collector that has approached you. Others are training their sights on you, but have not moved. In this initiative, we come to you. It's your turn.
So as paralyzed, I can't take actions or reactions, but I can take bonus actions.
Ooh.
So I'm going to use Daunting Roar. Scare everyone away.
Okay.
They have to do, oh man, the DC's 8 plus, so DC's 16, because it's my con mod, my proficiency bonus plus 8. So,
okay.
So 4 plus 4 plus 8. So 16.
16 is, and this is a Constitution save?
Yeah, so they have to make a...
Which kind of save? A Wisdom save?
A Wisdom save. And or be frightened. And if they're frightened of me, they have basically...
This is a saving throw against a magical effect, would you say? No.
No, okay. It's not. It's a... Yeah, they can't willingly move closer to me.
So I will roll a d20 for the Cadaver Collector here. And what is the range on this?
Everybody.
I think it gets these first 5 specters and
anyone that was in 10 feet of me. Now, anyone that I choose that's in 10 feet.
So that was a 12 from the Cadaver Collector itself, and then I'm going to roll for the specters here. Let's get our
and then I get out with a 15.
Yeah.
15 plus 8, 23.
The specters themselves, that's plus 0. That is an 18 though. So the specters pass. The Cadaver Collector itself does not.
That's fine. He just can't move closer.
Can't move closer, and he stays right there.
And then Ajax, I'm going to have him.
Yeah.
Essentially, what I'm going to have him do is give the help action to my dad for whatever he's going to do.
Okay. And at this point in time, it would be your dad's turn. He goes right after you in combat. I'm going to... I think he would go into his second rage.
Of course.
Level 15 Barbarian, I think, would have 3 rages.
I think so.
I could be wrong about
that. He's got more than one. That's it.
More than one. That's the point here. So he goes into a rage and goes to attack. And he's got basically what I envision as like a giant great axe on his back.
Actually,
help me out here.
He's got a giant club.
Giant club.
Yeah, he's very brash with it. So it's almost like
it's the thigh bone of a dragon.
Yes, it is. It's the thigh bone of an ancient dragon.
Absolutely. So a 16 for the first here, but he's raging. This uses strength. Would this be advantage?
Yeah.
Because reckless attack?
No, advantage because Ajax is helping him.
Oh, right. Okay, yes. It's a 16 or a 7 plus 10 is a 26. That definitely hits this this Cadaver Collector. And I think that's going to be 3d12.
The way it is it's an ancient bone of like of a known dragon, a dragon that's like that had like magical capabilities.
Yeah.
And then what he did is he crudely drove metal like
Oh my god.
like it's like a kanabo,
Okay. Yeah.
but it's like an ancient.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's sick, dude. So I've got 2 5s and a 9 here.
Plus his
That would
strength.
be so 20, 29. Because he's proficient strength. That is 29 damage into this cadaver collector.
Eating
let's see
them
here.
up. Eating them up.
29, dude. God damn. And he's got extra attack as a barbarian, so that's gonna be one more, but it won't be with advantage this time. But he could reckless attack.
I don't think he needs to.
You're right.
'Cause
So 29.
The rest of the family's gonna go and kick the shit out of everybody.
Dude. Just tear through them. And then let's pull up another d20
here. 15. That tracks.
Your dad goes to attack once more. That's a 14 plus 10.
24.
That's 24. That breaks AC. And so another 3d12.
You got this corpse thing got dragon AC? Dang.
No, it's not. It's not dragon AC. It's 17 for the corpse collector.
Oh, you said it breaks. I was like, what?
Sorry. My bad.
You're good.
My language. So that's 1 plus 2 plus 12. So that's 15, 25. My God. 25. That's why I have a calculator.
29 plus 25?
No. I'm just doing math here for the HP of the cadaver collector.
54.
Yeah. Okay, sick. All right, and that is your dad's turn. It is not the top of the order. There's one person left to go, and that is Stamatitis himself. Here is what I think he does. Let's see here. So what I think he does first is he's going to do a perception check. He's looking for the tigerbacks.
Not hard to find.
Not hard to find. So that's a 19 without advantage. He scans the town of Cornmos and turns his gaze to the north and finds the tigerback family fighting for their lives, or fighting for their city, rather. And what he does is he casts fly on himself and begins to raise up into the storm and float over. And he is pretty high in the sky at this rate. What does fly do? It gives you like 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
He uses action to do that. And so what he does is he flies 60 feet into the air as he makes that perception check, and he spots you out, and that's his turn, at least this time. We come to the top of the order. That would be 21, the Spectres. None of the Spectres were scared, so they're going to continue to make attacks against y'all. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an 8, 17, 20, 12, and a 13.
None of them hit.
The 20 doesn't hit?
I still have shield up.
Oh, it lasts until the end.
And it might end next
time. Perfect. So none of those hit you. They all bounce off and they miss. Your family goes in to take advantage of their weaknesses. That's the Spectres, and then we'd have the cadaver collector.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold up. That the 20 does hit me. It's until the start of your next turn, which I went after them.
It's fine. Got it. So just the 20 would hit.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 13 necrotic damage. And then if you would please make a Constitution saving throw. Got to beat 10. You're good. If you fail that con check, your hit point maximum is going to be reduced by an amount equal to that damage.
Oh my god. That's lame. Yeah, no, I drop. What's it called? I lose Are those points? I rolled a natty 1.
Yep. So you take 13 hit points of damage, and your HP maximum is decreased by 13. At least for now.
For now.
That said, that is the specter's turns. Then it would be the. How long does the fear last on the things? From the daunting roar.
Until the end of my next turn.
End of your next turn. Can it make a save on its turn or no?
No.
No, perfect. So it is still afraid. I'm going to see if it recharges. It does. So it has another breath loaded up as you see the gas chamber fill up, but it doesn't do anything else. It can make an attack, though, at disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to roll twice here. Disadvantage.
And he can't move closer to me.
He's not moving closer. Did you move away from him?
No.
Okay.
I was paralyzed.
That is natural 1 with the disadvantage. No chance. And as it goes to do that, it falls in on itself. One of its knees buckles and it's brought to its knee, and so that's everything it could do. That's its turn. Then I believe we come to you.
I'm sorry. I pull out Thanatos' gift to me, the River Tardix.
Yeah.
Forget Me Waters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dip my arrows into them.
Okay.
Take shots at Sturmatitis.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. He is still a couple blocks away from you. I would ask you to make an attack roll at disadvantage. He's only flied up into the air.
Well, the thing is,
not made any distance towards you.
I have longbows through, like I have sharpshooter.
So what is your range?
My range, 600, no disadvantage.
600, no disadvantage. That's what.
I'll pull it up.
I'll pull it up. Sure, you can make an attack without disadvantage.
Because I just want to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
The range is 150 to 600. 150 without problems. Disadvantage at 600, but
past 600 it would.
Past I can't do it, but I can't make the shot. Okay. But because of the sharpshooter feat, attacking at long range does impose disadvantage. And my ranged weapon attacks ignore half and 3/4 cover.
He doesn't have any cover.
I know, but I'm saying.
Got it. So give me a straight attack roll.
I'm having Ajax help me.
Okay.
And I'm also calling my shot.
So you're taking a -5 penalty to your attack roll in exchange for the bonus to damage, but you're also having Ajax help you, so you've got advantage.
Mm-hmm. So. Let's see if I crit. I don't crit, but how does a 29 plus -5 plus 6, so 25.
25.
That's the first shot.
Let's see here. Okay.
And then this is the second shot. That shot goes way wide. I missed that second shot.
Okay. Just checking a couple things here. All right, so I need you to roll a d10 to determine what level spell this water would technically be.
Instead of, okay. 5.
So your shot lands, and it does whatever damage it's about to do, but because of the stat block that I'm using here, full disclosure, I'm using a stat block called Mahadi the Rakshasa. This has an ability called Limited Magic Immunity. It can't be affected or detected by spells of 6th level or lower unless he wishes to be. He has advantage on saving throws against all other spells and magical effects. So unfortunately, the waters of the River Tardix, this Forget Me water, does not actually affect him despite having touched him.
That's fine.
But you do your damage.
I do my damage.
Hit me.
Jesus Christ, I rolled max.
Holy fuck.
So that is 12, and then I'll call the lightning on it too. Fuck it.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, that's also really good.
Yeah.
So in my weapon's magical. So 8 plus 5, 13 plus 4, 17 plus 10, 27.
So there's an 8, a 5, a 4, and a 10.
Yep, and then 27. And then I'm going seeing him.
Okay.
Boils my blood, so I'm action surging.
Okay.
That rate, first shot, I'm calling it.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. Great.
And then second shot, 25 again.
25. All right. Yeah. Both of those hit.
Okay, this is for the nat 20. Okay. Why do you roll bad when I crit? That's fine.
I don't know, son.
I know it's kind of saddening, but it's honestly it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not thinking about it because otherwise I'll be really upset.
Nothing bad ever happens.
Yeah, nothing bad ever happens. That's not bad though. I'm doing 5 plus 8, 13, 13 plus 4. Oh yeah, 13 plus 4 is 7, 27 damage for that first shot, and then the second shot is what's it called? 9 plus. Actually, I won't do call lightning on the second one. 19.
19 damage on the second one. Holy moly! That's a lot of damage. Jeepers creepers. So let me take this down here. That's a new number, which is a lot lower than it was. Okay. That's your turn, and it's now your dad's turn, right? Or unless there's more.
Honestly, what's it called? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to your dad is going to continue to attack this cadaver collector and trying to get rid of it.
He's no longer scared of me though.
He's your dad?
No.
Oh, the cadaver collector, right? Okay. Your dad goes with his dragon bone hammer, his dragon bone club, with a bunch of metal workings inside of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
With advantage, that is an 18 plus 10 is 28. That will hit. And then we got our 12s here. That's 11 and 2 1s, so 13 plus 10, that's 23. All right. And
I like this idea that Spermatitis sees the water. He goes and he like hits him, and he looks and sees the water, the Rivetardix in it, and he chuckles to himself as a fucking another arrow comes through, splinters through, and like pokes him in the eye with a natural 20.
Absolutely.
So literally just like.
So he has canonically like lost an eye, and he pulls it out, and it actually like crackles with like this weird static electricity. This robot eye gets pulled out of its socket, and he throws it to the ground, angry and upset that he just got shot in the eyeball. Took a lot of time to make that eyeball, you know?
Yep.
That's your dad's attack number 2. That is a 13, 23 will hit the cadaver collector. And that's 9, 10, 20 damage on this guy. So that brings us to that number. Awesome. This cadaver collector actually looks shocked and a little broken. It is, for all intents and purposes, bloodied. Some of the mechanisms start to crack and tear, and that's your dad's turn. I think the rest of the family is going on this turn as well. I'm not rolling for everybody. I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. I would like to talk about what they're doing.
I think they're just holding off. I think definitely the kids are working on ensuring the safety of the civilians, while the adults are really like taking the fight to all these like different things.
Absolutely.
The only person, like, you can see that Steve is with the kids, so that he'll help. He's like protect, you know, mm-hmm. while the other parents and family is just like really like going focused. At it. Mm-hmm.
You can see out these threats. Yeah. So I'd say Balder and Hera go off to fight their own cadaver collector. Big Will and Bernadette. Primrose. Big Will and Primrose go to fight another cadaver collector, just the next one up. And you loose these arrows through the night sky. The kids are pulling civilians out of the way. Like, hey, are you okay? Here's some popcorn. Just take it easy. Hide here. Calico runs back out into the streets, picks up another kid.
Just like, I love this visual that Calico's like, you guys need to be careful. Socks like a corpse. The big jaw breaks
off. A specter in the face as it's about to attack a civilian.
Jaw breaks off.
Yep.
Just like
total annihilation. She doesn't outright kill it, but it's like, ugh.
In the nicest way possible, these kids are desensitized to violence.
Yeah, in the nicest way possible. So that's your dad, that's you, and that's it's Stamatitis' turn here. And I think what he goes to do is okay. So I think he casts invisibility. He casts invisibility on himself. Let's see here, just double checking. Creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing is invisible as long as it's on the person. Spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. And so you see high in the sky after he throws this piercing bolt dripping with waters from the river Tardis. How many uses do you have of that left?
I would even say,
do we have a number for that?
Let's just say 2 more. I'll say 3.
Sure.
Any
rather
more
than have you roll a die.
I roll a die. Also, yeah.
Absolutely. So there's 2 more uses.
How from keep going. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So this is cast as no, it's just 3 a day each is what it says. So it's cast at the level it is. And so it's going to be about an hour if he decides to stay in it, which who knows. I would have a D20 roll to see how is the rest of this fight looking. Lightning continues to crackle, the rain continues to pour even more, and amidst all of this, you only see one bolt of lightning crash down into the middle of the street, and where it is cracked up the pavement in the road, you see another cadaver collector, just prowling through the streets as it initially summons a couple of specters. I'm not sure exactly on the timing. I don't know how long it's been. I'm not keeping super close track.
It's okay.
Fair
We're
enough.
close. We're close.
And
wherever you feel comfortable.
Absolutely. So it's Stamatitis' turn. He casts invisibility on himself and begins to move. Is fly also concentration?
Has he made a mistake?
He might have made a mistake. It says concentration up to 10 minutes.
Oh, so it's both. It's both concentration.
Yep. He can't do both. So I hope you don't mind. I'm actually going to retcon this. He doesn't cast invisibility on himself.
Good. I was about to checkmate you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
I'll keep it in the back pocket just in case I have to.
Okay.
But I'll keep it in the back pocket. I was about to like.
What?
There was a literal trial that was based on what's happening right now that D just took.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, dude.
That's what I was gonna say. I didn't want to be that guy, but I was gonna be like,
no, that's awesome.
You know, it's really funny.
Oh, that's so.
I was gonna ask you how familiar am I with Ritter Targus, because I spent time.
Yeah.
I would know what it smells like.
And it's on him.
And it's on him now.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
man.
I'm sorry.
I would have thrown it back at you that it's been raining and so it washed away. You
Damn.
Really smell it in the rain.
It's okay. But then
okay.
again,
we're getting into hypotheticals here.
Yep.
He doesn't cast invisibility. He is continuing to fly, and he's going to use his dash action to get over you. He's 90 feet above you because the building was like 30 feet. He landed there and then cast fly, went up 60 feet, and then has moved 120 feet. Right. And that is his action to dash. And then at will, he's going to, I think he's going to cast Detect Thoughts. I'm going to double check on the, Detect thoughts. Nope. He's not doing that. Also concentration. Fuck me. So here's what he does. He's actually going to attack with his claws. This guy has been forging a lot of stuff. He has this like arcane eye, and what you see is this kind of armored body, and he's got these gauntlets with claws on him. He is a human, but he is the head of the warrior lion house, and so his armor kind of reflects that, and he's got these gauntlet claws. As he swiped once, it is a ranged attack that goes to fire at you. You see one of the spikes of the gauntlet shoots out as he punches, and he punches again 2, 3, 4 times, shooting his claws at you. Why did I do that? I goofed a little bit.
That's the thing. Always be mindful of what spells you're using.
Yep. That's on me, honest to God.
Sermatitis making mistakes in the battle.
Truly.
I trained for 2 months.
He's making 4 attacks against you. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 18, 24, and 10.
I cast shield, so only 1 hits.
Only 1 of those hits. So you're going to take 7 slashing damage. And it says here, and the target is cursed if it's a creature. The curse takes effect whenever the target takes a short or long rest, filling the target's thoughts with horrible images or dreams. Cursed target gains no benefit from finishing a short or long rest. The curse lasts until it is lifted by a removed curse spell or similar magic. And so in this moment, fear has been running through you and this adrenaline. And so these thoughts don't necessarily feel like they're hindering you at this moment as that claw strikes you. And that is his turn. He is still way up in the sky, maybe 120 feet from you now, just straight up. He's moved over towards you guys. And that is his turn. We come back to the top with these specters, and I'm going to roll another d20 to see what the lightning is kind of doing here in the sky. This is the first storm, and it is spread to cover a good portion of the continent of Theros. That is a 5. Lightning does not strike, but you hear the rumbling of thunder as you make a perception check. See what you hear.
I got a 14.
A 14. You hear a familiar voice. My friends, we have to make it to the Tigerback complex. And that is where we're going to have to throw it on the ground to pick it back up.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Let's see here.
No.
Yeah, right?
Shit, that curse is so bad.
It's really bad.
Oh, fuck.
It's so bad.
I mean, I have to go to a church. That's the only answer.
Really. And so thank you so much. Spiritual audience, what do you think will happen next time? Let us know in our Rule of Cool Headcanon text channel. If you want it to be legit canon, check out our Patreon. Maybe you could tie us up with some weird backstory. That'd be kind of silly. If your friend wants to get up to speed without all the hassle, check out our Where We Left Off text channel in our Discord. We post relatively maybe like 10 episodes behind because hey, check out the most recent stuff. But if you want to catch up with mostly no hassle, check that place out. Jericho, if the spirits want to find us and haunt us, where can the spookers find us?
If you love the show, please rate it 5-star, share it with your friends. We love making this show and we want to keep making it for you all. We just added a VOD. That's going to be a thing that we're doing now. Woo-hoo. And it's honestly really cool. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and YouTube now at Official Fun Show. You can find us on our socials for me, at Joriah, JORIAH 3X. And then you can find Paul drinking some coffee somewhere. Yeah.
Find me in person.
Yeah.
Catch me outside.
How about that?
This podcast was brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Let's break out into shout-outs, honorable mentions.
Oh, my God. Shout out Cool Belts. Shout out Belt.
Shout out Belt. Keeping the pants
the pants up. Shout out Belt, dog.
Out Belt. I think my honorable mention would be Tegan and Sara, a band that I listened to growing up, and they just did like a redo of an album they released back in like 2016 or something. They changed the title from So Jealous to Still Jealous, and that was a really beautiful thing. That's my shout outs. Mission success? I think so. The question, however, I don't think I've asked it before. Squish or squash?
Squash.
Squash.
Definitely squash, because I'm about to squash dermatitis face into the motherfucking ground,
She's
bitch.
nuts in your nose.
Ew, in your nose? Oh God. You can't hear it because it's in our head, but we're
jamming out
we're
to
jamming out to the outro.
outro.
It's now realizing that that's happening.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.